professional.
Look at me.
Cutting through the details is what we've got.
You know, exactly.
We're in match 14. I mean, round 14.
Just giving the viewers the full experience, Toby. That's what I am made for.
Yeah.
But yeah, circle over to the east going to be different than the circle that we had previously seen. So this time our teams on the west going to be feeling the rotation pass as they make their way over. They loot up to their heart's desire. Welcome to San Martin is going to be the rename for Welcome to South George, especially on this map. You know, they mentioned it's only one letter away, right? So why not just adjust it for when you're playing Miramar?
All right, how would you put that in there? Like, would you put the MG? Like,
WTS.
It's like
WTSM.
welcome to my MG.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Okay, so if we do have that western kind of crunch, I kind of want to check them out from the very beginning. Like you said, like welcome to South George. Just how does their rotation go? Like they're surrounded on all sides by Liquid at the moment. Knights is not too far off, and it's a long push in. Like I prefer the positions almost of Tempo Storm, who have El Zahar. That close?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it. Let's move on. Like they have the northeast corner because no one is over there.
Right.
This is actually like one of the few times too when Genji will never have to rotate off and Ghost can just control the south.
Yeah, Tempo Storm almost in the position similar to oh, there. Yeah, look at these billboards.
Wow. Here I thought I was I thought someone just
Yes.
like, oh wait, did I put my ad block on?
Right, yeah.
Damn it.
The realism in this game is absolutely incredible. But yeah, so Tempo Storm, they're on the eastern side of things. They're going to be in a position similar to what we saw MVP in on the western side of things. So yeah, I think Tempo Storm, like you mentioned, is going to be in a very good position, at least in the early game here. They're going to be able to loot up to their heart's content. Speaking about looting up to your heart's content, though, Liquid, very spread out around San Martin, going to be doing just that.
Yeah, they're taking every single sporadic compound. They're not going into any of the cities, avoiding any group contest that is out there. The same thing can be also said for OGN, Entus. They have taken the entire North Road. Everything belongs to them. No one's anywhere near them at all. So they're going to come in very heavily kitted, everything they possibly want, all the utility in the world. Cloud9 are already starting their own rotations. Nerf just can't handle the torque. Get it back onto the dirt road. They will put into the game for a very, very good reason.
Yes.
But they're going to make their way in through the western side of the circle, heading into La Bandita, which is actually where Simson currently is, the only player of Genji who is actually there.
Yeah, very spread out. That's the way they've been dropping, though, on this eastern side of things. Avangard going to be looting up here, spread out as well.
Yeah,
Vitality. Everyone just sort of spreading out as they've sort of been able to feel out where other teams are dropping, being able to recognize those comfort zones that they have to push out away from their teammates.
Mm-hmm. Vitality actually will be pretty happy with this. I don't know if you're ever really happy with the loot spot. I don't know. It seems like Minas is just not the greatest place. Like, if it was Minas Tirith, there'll be a little bit more loot to this, but right now this is like the budget Minas Tirith.
Yeah, so we talked about Genji Simson being in La Bandita. When it's smack dab in the middle of the circle with Genji being so spread out, it's actually a very unfavorable position. So we're going to see him spreading out over to the east, reuniting with his teammates as M19 going to be flying through Los Leones.
Yeah, this is just style points at the moment. Let those dice bounce.
Yeah.
And don't hit it. Don't hit it. Never doubted you this entire time. Here's Vitality arriving too. So they've taken the northwestern kind of position. Nerf. First one who gets to cop a couple of bullets into the back by X-Chris. So always a method player involved in these early engagements because they're always everywhere.
Yeah, there really is. And Nerf is in a very tough position to try to work off of. If he tries to rotate out from behind this dump truck that is just stuck in the sand, X-Chris is going to have beautiful lines of sight directly on top of him. Crate
Actually, it looks like he had no meds as well, or else he would have done more than just have a drink.
Yeah, I mean, it's so early on here into the game that really no players have been able to pick up too much. Moody going to be swinging by to pick him up, but taking a lot of damage in return.
Yeah, needs to just hit one more bullet. That very injured man, X-Chris, cannot connect, however. Actually, it won't matter because 8C, he had his own angle and actually knocked out Nerf and gets the kill. So Cloud9 losing one very early on. Not part of the plan, Stan.
Certainly not our first blood of game number 4. Raffi and the rest of Method going to be rolling around, possibly seeing this crate having dropped. They're going to be scouting it out to see if it's going to be an opportunistic time for them to move in and collect that level 3 kit, as 8C and X-Chris going to be reuniting on this compound as well. But Simson, we talked about him trying to rotate out of La Bandita. He's going to be caught out by a few different squads here on the eastern side of things, M19 as well as Ghost.
Yeah, looks like Mole Man will be the man to take the M249. And, oh god, I'm looking at my map right now, and I'm seeing M19, Ghost, Genji, practically all on top of each other, and Cloud9. They are all trying to contest for the south corner of Impala. It's all about the petrol station for them. And there's the gunfire! M19 will claim its own life driving that beast of a vehicle into a rock wall and exploding. And that's one way to go.
That is one way to go. Ghost going to be a little bit upset there. They put out a lot of firepower trying to capitalize on those 7 points per kill, but unable to do so. At least they've got all of their lives, though. The other members of M19 off in the distance, we can see that they're going to be crashing in on this compound.
Same thing. More explosions to come. Maluk being knocked out, and he will be put down. Vitality. So they've taken the northern part of this road into that south. As we said before, Ghost, who have the choke point. It's this great power station, the petrol station that comes in and out of Impala. Great to get in and out of, but nightmarish for a car. There is no second option.
Yeah, Ghost was down in Puerto Paradiso to start out the game, and with this side getting even more congested with M19's presence now coming out from that Los Leones area, really a lot of battles going to start to erupt. We could see poke shots coming out left and right between these 3 compounds, almost like a triangle, and now Cloud9 trying to get in on a little bit of this as M19 going to be spotting out the members, K-Mind, Moody, and Stab.
Yeah, M19 as well as C9, they're not going to be happy with their compounds. It doesn't have really great vision out. They have to play from these small corners, no elevated position. M19 even have Defilate to be in cover, at least from C9, so it's M19 who has the bigger advantage there. Gustav, a man who was really... He's come out firing for FaZe. Needs to make sure he just basically leaves them to die next time around, but he's been a nice addition, nice stand-in for their team so far.
Yeah, he really has been. I mean, he's a great fragger. We saw him provide Overwatch to the other 3 members of FaZe throughout the previous game, but unfortunately, FaZe just continues to run into obstacle after obstacle that's preventing them from reaching that top position in the game. Yep. Avangard, though, going to be poisoning themselves over here on the on the western side of things, really. Not going to see any resistance, at least for quite a few minutes, I think, unless FaZe opts to go down south.
Yeah, unless Knights just keep their run. There's that coastal road. Tops down. Hetra's having a fantastic time. Bahawaka, get a better car. It's going straight past him and up the hill. So Optic, they're going a long way in. They're going to come all the way up to Impala, in fact, and come in behind Genji as well as Ghost. It's nailed it.
Nailed it, yeah, almost. Just a few meters off from actually making a very sweet jump right there. But here's the thing, Optic rolling into that position, they absolutely know that other enemy presences are going to be there, specifically Ghost and Genji, who drop there time after time. OGN, all the way in the north, Campo Militar, Torre Ahumada, going to be making their own way in, as Optic does as well.
Getting a real close look at that number plate. How do you rate my driving? Call this number. He just drives into a wheel. It's fine. It's great. Optic are at least inside the zone quite nicely. They may be feeling pretty nice sitting on the eastern side too. The zone will not push out the water just yet. That'll come a little bit later, so there's still the chance that we do actually hard shift to the east, and Impala becomes the big critical place to play around. So everyone's just taking up their compounds, taking up the high ground positions.
Yeah, a lot of early rotations coming into this first circle, as it's only a minute and 20 seconds till the blue zone is done with that shrink. But now McCoy going to continue to spot out Optic, popping out some shots.
Not like this, not again. Galaxy is actually doing the northern drive right through the middle of Liquid at the same time Knights is coming in. So it's going to get really messy. So Ghost and Optic can enjoy their little bit of a long-range battle.
Yeah, but all of these guys are getting dangerously close to one another. We've seen 3 players drop out so far in the game as Balak tries to get these nice shots off with the M24. Balak, he is Ghost Gaming Sniper, and can he connect on these shots? He's certainly going to be trying to do so on one of North America's other teams. So
far, 3 whiffs. We obviously have the X-ray, but that's a very small angle he's trying to cut through. Ghosts just have to kind of bunker back in again. Here's that FaZe push in. Vanguard is gatekeeping them to their eastern side. So it looks like FaZe does not want to do this, and in typical rotational FaZe style, they're going to bounce out and do a clockwise rotation. This is that movement of WTSG too. They actually got themselves into the compound before Liquid were able to just blast the crap out of them. So safety for WTSG.
Yeah, they're actually going to be splitting out Liquid in a 2-2 right now. Scoom and Samty going to be a little bit south of Jeems and Ibiza, where they were able to make it into the Minas Generales area. But welcome to South George. I mean, they're going to be in a dominant position, and with this circle shifting over to the western side of things, they're really going to be liking what they see.
Yeah, that's really nice for every single team in the West that has the compound. This time around, for the first time, they're not the ones being forced to just lap on top of each other. So they got time to take the place, find a better position. The entire coastline was taken out. Not many teams are down there, however. Optic have sporadic forces, and 4 AM are doing a very slow movement through the southeast corner. In fact, they're going all the way back around to come in through the south of Los Leones.
Yeah, Liquid going to be rotating around this La Bandita area. Method getting dangerously close to where Samty is. Samty in a position to take these shots right now, and he's going to be doing just that.
This is when you want to have the top up. And there's the knockout. Samty wants to try and bait Moleman to come back over. That M249 is not really going to help him at this kind of range. Well, okay, that gun will, because Samty cops a bullet and then thinks twice about staying on the ridgeline.
Yeah, a lot of teams are rotating in very quickly, opting in to take that early rotation in favor of the late rotation, where we're really going to be seeing a lot of action popping out. But here's Welcome to South George, finally capitalizing on Liquid.
They're the ones who put the ball in the back of Samty as they get the knock and the kill down on Ibiza. Rest of Liquid trying to scamper for some cover.
Certainly not what Liquid was hoping for in this rotation, but with so many teams around this area and with so many good shots in the lobby, it's going to be difficult to at least get in the car. But Gaxi, return fire going to be coming out onto these hills as Liquid tries to secure position inside of La Bandita. We've talked about this area. It's not that favorable for anyone because the hills provide such a great elevated vantage, elevated line of sight down inside the actual town, or whatever you want to call it, the buildings inside of the La Bandita area.
Let's just call it Budget Town.
The Budget Town.
Budget Town.
Okay.
La Budget is where they can hide inside of. But it's, yeah, you're right. Like, if this was third person, sure, maybe it'd be okay. You just lean around the corners and look back up again. But this is first person. You need to be able to always expose yourself a little bit to get some information. And it's dangerous, to say the least.
That it is. Tempo Storm and Optic, though, two of our North American teams, going to be reuniting or at least crossing paths with one another, as Knight's going to be in a position to possibly take some fire from MVP. Different circle this time, but MVP almost employing the same strategy, staying off of the northwestern side, not trying to encroach or overpush themselves into enemy engagements.
Man, you were right. La Bandita has become that little bit of a hot spot for everybody. So Liquid can take the inside of it. Welcome to South George is nearby. You've got Method split in a 2-2 split. They've taken the south and the southeast corner. What do we got? We got some nice loot. We've got 4 AM coming for it at least, and it's an AUG. We'll take it.
Not bad loot. I mean, you've also got the med kit as well, so certainly some utility for a team on the map to utilize. Going to be, looks like it's 4 AM. They're moving up on it. They're scouting it out right now, just making sure that it's going to be safe for them to push down and loot. As shots continue to come out from Optic Hill, we can see Valier split off from the rest of his teammates, trying to hold off this push that's coming from Gen G's, Chelator and Simpson.
Yeah, that's a fun little spot to try and just hold inside of. Like, Gen G will be thinking, oh, we should definitely check this. M19, everything the light touches shall be yours. That is one hell of a view. Thought you actually have like a higher price house, however, on that kind of position for those views. Tempo Storm having a bit of a crack at Optic as they're doing their long rotation around the north, as we see FaZe do the same type of thing. Down through the southwest and trying to avoid that Vanguard gunfire.
Yeah, Optic left their hill, going to be rotating up far north, trying to avoid all of these engagements entirely. They saw shots coming out. They heard teams rotating, and this is exactly what they're trying to avoid. The shots coming out from Tempo Storms, your boy Dre, just pushing them off this compound, telling them, hey, guys, if you thought about coming here, it's not going to be safe.
Gen G haven't moved on. You still got Valiant just sitting inside the crap shack. This is riveting play. Like if you were streaming this right now, your entire Twitch chat will be yelling at you.
Camper, camper. No, I mean, but Valiant, he's so separated from the other members of Optic as we just saw them rotate up north that it's going to be tough for him to reunite. So almost a lost cause at this point unless he can hold off those members of Gen G, OGN, making their own transition around the map, just trying to hold off on this northern side.
Is this just Yak buying his, like, okay, he's just playing the odds. As much information as you can, hold the whole north, sure. That'll be nice. FaZe having some lines of sight. Mumino copying a couple of bullets. It was into the butt, so there was a lot of padding there. And it's only losing 40%.
Yeah, losing a lot, and the blue zone will finish that shrink, and the next circle going to be shifting up north, directly still on top of La Bandita. But you got to be fearful for the position that Liquid is finding themselves in, because so many teams are going to be congregating towards these hills, and if they just look down in, it's going to be very easy. Fish in a barrel, almost literally.
That is true, but at the same time, running this hillside is really difficult. I'm actually loving where Welcome to South George is. I can't remember how long ago it was I cast them. I think it was actually at one of the GLL finals. This position they held so damn well. They know the tree line, they know the ridges, and it's such an open area from Minas to actually get down into La Bandita. So depending on how the circle is going to shift hard, everyone's going to want one of these small little corners on the edge of the ridge line. As God V, oh, that is not the plan. That is not the plan. Hopefully we can get a replay of that, but God V not only knocked by a teammate, but properly killed by him too. There's the scene of the crime.
Yeah, tough spot for these guys to be working. And I mean, 4 a.m., they just picked up a crate as well, so they're going to have to pick up that loot if it was on that body. Valiant able to make his way out of that shack, going to be trying to get some information, but he's going to be running in directly to Tempo Storm if he continues on this northern path.
Yep. Well, hey, go for it, man. You've been sitting around one team. Why not go sniff the other one out? Tempo Storm making a lot of noise. In fact, they're just leaving. They're driving off. So they're going for the inside of the circle. They'll go straight through Vitality as they do it. You see Jazza lighting them up from long range. That's Zampa in the car making the long run. The rest of them are still coming in. It's taking more time for Tempo Storm to come. Zampa was that little bit of a fishing scout. So your boy Dre and BenQ5 will do the same run in just a second. Vitality, round 2. If you didn't get the big prize, go for it the second time around. Your boy Dre, fast mover. He would actually get through.
Yeah, this is the second time that we've seen Vitality on Miramar hold a dominant 2-2 split. The crossfire coming out, putting out so much pressure on top of Tempo Storm.
But then they're into WTSG. Your boy Dre's knocked. Zampar takes towards the hills. Miracu has a half-decent angle into the shack. Can he actually have the line to get the hit?
Oh, yeah.
They're backing into the corner. WTSG, they're pushing this. They do not want to wait. They do not want Tempo Storm sitting in that back. So that's where WTSG have had so many problems throughout this tournament, where they just lose out because there's one squad that's behind them, one player that's behind them. So Vard, safety grenade, BenQ will go down, and that's a good cleanup from WTSG. Even though Yannick is getting involved, Vard will also be knocked. Yeah, so Vitality having their own play.
Well executed by Welcome to South George. They had the grenade go in, and they were watching exactly for that push coming out of the door. But it's really going to be Entis trying to third party onto this from the Minas Generalis area. We saw them spread out along this area, so the lines of sight, the firing squad coming down is going to be able to cover so much area on this map.
The amount of damage that Entis does every single round is so damn high. Getting involved in every single engagement, always having a control of the larger portion of the circle. And they own the north. WTSG, maybe they're a little bit sad they pushed down so fast, but they didn't want to have that problem of Tempo Storm just being in their backside. Genji, they're playing with fire. Yeah. 4 players in the same car. This can only end well.
Certainly not something you're used to seeing in competitive games. They had to have been forced into this. There's no other way that they would have opted to get into this car, into this Murata. We know it sounds beautiful, but not beautiful enough for all of these guys to pack in. And with so much body mass inside of the car, it's going to be very easy for these guys to put out damage.
Road trip! Vard's actually going to get knocked and brought down too. So Optic, it's like WTSG's woes will continue, and Genji, they did get in beautifully. They're between Method, in fact, Method and Method on both sides of him as the circle. Now we see, do we have a hard shift? Is it going to be soft? It's pretty well soft, La Bandita. It is the budget circle.
The budget circle, the budget town, I mean, right smack dab on top of La Bandita. It couldn't be more centered if they tried. But FaZe going to be recognizing this and rotating off of it almost immediately, taking damage now from the 2-2 split of Method.
Yeah, they're going to be very happy there's only 2 players from Method shooting at them, or else that could have been a lot easier. Optic also come in, WTSG, looking for a little bit of revenge on the northeastern side. But so how is it? Knights, they're pretty well secured where they are. They own the western side of the circle, split between the 2 compounds of La Bandita. Well, Mumino will just have to settle himself in for a divot.
Yeah, I mean, looking around the map, we still have all 16 teams alive, and with so many teams employing these 2-2 splits, it's going to be incredibly hard for teams to transition in without taking at least a casualty or 2 in the process. MVP rotating around, but Ghost Gaming going to be pushed on right now by Avangar.
Yeah, they are going to see if they can take this compound away from them. Meanwhile, that Rosa was put to work by Team Liquid. This is going to be a nightmare for all observers as well. MVP and Enters are basically driven right on top of each other. That's why Young 10 dropping down Mira wants to finish the job too.
To get those nice shots off of back here to this warehouse where Ghost and Avangar are currently standing off. The grenade's going to be coming out as McCoy pushes into the warehouse, and Avangar almost acting as if they don't want any part of this engagement, retreating around the wall entirely.
They actually, are they leaving? Yeah, it looks like they want to run in towards the circle, try and play the distance. Forever is in like no man's land. Example kind of has him 0. That's now MVP. Here's their run through. They already had their first little battle. Christus, okay, MVP. He's had enough of Entus being, well, a nuisance on the northern side. They're trying to mop it up. Siege will come in to get the res up onto Young 10. Pang is not so lucky, however. Copping a lot of bullets in from the Knights, and that's the battle continuing. Ghost, McCoy, Diaz shooting him in the back. McCoy, he gets around the wall? How did Diaz not finish and kill him off? It's McCoy on a basic of life who will actually survive?
Boy,
bullcrap!
McCoy has got moves, dodging bullets left and right, able to get around the wall. Got to give it up to McCoy. I mean, this guy continues to impress time after time with his plays.
Are we really giving into that? Are we actually saying like he's Neo right now?
Oh, absolutely.
And he was dodging it properly?
100%. I mean, Toby, there's no way in hell that I could have been able to execute that. And so, McCoy, what a play right there. Ghost Gaming coming out up on top of Avangar in that position. But back over here to Method. We saw Molman pick up the M249 earlier in the game. He's got the ghillie suit as well. Ghillie suit not going to be playing in favor of his position based off the fact that it's the green ghillie suit.
He would prefer his teammate over that.
Yes.
But if FaZe push him, at least he knows he's got 100 bullets later. Just let rip. As, yeah, Team Liquid at least. They still own it. Genji have come down into the crater to join Team Liquid. Ghost making their rotation in. 4 AM are taking a very long time to get in through the south end too, but they're now opening up onto Ghost. And this is actually very problematic for Ghost. They couldn't get up the hill. And with Allergen being knocked, they kind of need more help, but Mumino actually is there for the snake.
A little bit of revenge coming out from Avangar on top of Ghost Gaming. And sort of what we saw, Avangar was rotating off of that position because Mumino bombed into the circle to try to secure a hold for his team to move to. But 4 AM's Forever continues to ring out the damage with that SKS on top of Balak and McCoy.
This is actually one of the first few times, nice close, one of the very first few times that Entus has been taken out in 16th position. Last place for Entus. MVP has made their life a living hell here in round 14.
And with Entus going out and one member of Vitality, Monkey still being alive, that's exactly what they wanted to see based off of how close those two teams are on our global leaderboards.
Yeah, we want to just sandwich up that top bracket, go into tomorrow, and anyone can be a winner. As Knights, they also look to chalk up more. They're the ones nipping at the heels of the top two.
Shots coming out from 4 AM. Everyone's starting to get a better position to look down on one another. I mean, all 14 teams left alive are so close that when the shots start to come out, the third-party engagement is inevitable.
Nice line. Perfect push. This is why he's the aggressor of Knights. Goes out by himself. No risk. Like, if he dies, well, he dies. Nothing of value is lost. But if he gets the value, they get the points. 14 in for them.
Yeah, Knights, quite a powerful squad. I saw them quoting Tupac, when we ride on our enemies, and they're doing exactly that right here. But Tempo Storm Zampa going to be finding some of the members of Method. This time it's going to be Rafi, dropped out down with the scar.
Yeah, Zampa is the last sole survivor, and Rafi, you think when it's accepting the fact, well, we're just 1-on-1, man. Like, let's just be okay. We can get through this. Teams are so close to Simpson. Yeah, the lines are starting to blur a little bit where it comes to Liquid and Genji controlling this mid as FaZe and Knights both teaming up to actually bring down 4 AM Forever, as well as CPT getting killed off, and Example's not in a better position. Mixie has a great line of fire into it, and they'll bring him down. M19 out in 13th position. Cloud9 also in that same kind of ravine. Difficult to get out.
Yeah, incredibly difficult, and certainly spotted now by FaZe as that commotion gave them the indication that another team was lying in wait, trying to be a threat here on the southern side of the circle.
I see on the edge of the smoke. Yeah, now he comes back out of it. Just let it spray, and they get the kill. 4 AM, nowhere Long can go, so Fuzzface chalks up another one, while Genji making issues for Liquid inside the crater. It's difficult to get out, and, well, Knock and killed. Team Liquid in trouble.
26 minutes into game number 4, and this is where Miramar really turns into a meat grinder for these teams. It's going to be incredibly hard for all of these guys to get inside of the circle without losing too much in the process. Knights continuing to hold on to this hill. They've got a dominant hold on the western side of the circle, and with Texas pushing out, you can see in his minimap, trying to get at least some information down to the south as his members continue to put out fire on to Welcome to South George.
Yeah, Welcome to South George, just trying to run the blue, keep the smokers cover. MVP, they're spoiled for choice. The Knights at the moment until Draydon cops a bullet just to the side as MVP shooting back. And Knights will be forced to take cover for the moment. But they've lost their advantage of the ridgeline. This is the issue of the circle pushing a little bit further down to that southwest corner. And we're about to see that second shift arrive as WTSG Optic, they had the high ground way too easy. Miracle was knocked, and Larson, normally the man who's died the first for WTSG, is the sole survivor in the shack. As the circle cuts in tighter, Larson's on the edge of it, but he's not inside. We go southeast.
Going southeast, Genji loving their position right now. They only have to worry about Liquid and one member of Vitality inside of this actual La Bendita crater, at least for the time being. Off to the south, though, we can actually hear on screen Hypoc and the rest of Optic continuing to put down the World of Hurt on a Welcome to South George. South George was sort of in a pincer position in between these two squads, but now Tippo Storm wants a bit.
Pushed up onto Bahawaka. He's on the edge of the blue, so Optic, they have to look behind themselves. This is just one man by himself. And in fact, now that one man is 0 men. Tempo Storm out in 10th position. I think FaZe are actually going to be happier than anybody else. They've got the compound to the southwest corner, and they can see so much. MVP are forced to do a quicker run. So you're looking at Larson and Monkey right next to each other inside the compound. MVP are about to make even more chaos. They're going to drive directly or run directly into the middle of both Liquid as well as Genji.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Monkey heard Larson roll up, but does Larson know that someone is inside this building? Certainly this late in the game, you have to assume that there's going to be a player around every corner. And look how crowded this La Bendita crater is beginning to get as MVP is now rolled in directly behind Genji and Liquid.
Yeah, and you do not want to be walking up this hillside. Like, Cloud9 are in a bit of a hard place. They can't really get involved that much, but it's Optic who have the edge of the ridge, and that's a completely exposed run up the crater. So if this circle shifts real hard south down onto FaZe, you're in the worst spot. Hopefully, though, it'll go center, and there'll be a little bit more contest for the position.
Yeah, we can only hope Knight's going to be riding along the edge of the blue zone, just trying to push up ever so slightly, not trying to give up too much in the process. Shots continuing, though, to come out from Optic as they have such incredible vantage, incredible lines of sight on the Knights.
Well, revs up the engine. Everybody sees him. It's hot stuff. Texas does get down into the cover of the smoke. The rest of the Knights, everyone's looking over. MVP and Optic are opening up, looking for the targets as Knights. It's a turkey shoot. They're trying to get down. Draydon gets knocked and actually finished off by Hypoc, so a stolen kill. In for Optic, a quick little fish grenade as Knights move between the buildings, and they are into relative safety.
Yeah, Knights almost forced into that position, into that route that they had to take, trying to get down the hill. The vehicle going to be exploding, and that's going to be Hypoc from Optic Gaming coming up with the kill. The green wall is certainly strong in this game.
Oh, man, I give him points. I give him points for style. Just...
You have to.
That's how we do it in Texas, right?
That's right. Actually, he's not even from Texas. So.
He isn't. Well, okay. Yeah. Well, this is how we do it if we want to imitate Texas.
That's right.
Blow it up. And the circle, we are going into La Bendita. FaZe, they'll come to the edge of the crater. Optic will be pushed off their position. Gempi's already taken that higher ground spot, but it's Cloud9 who are probably going to be in the hardest position, having to run out of their established cover that is really not maneuverable.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you're Cloud9, if you're FaZe, if you're Optic, you have to now try to decide how are we going to get into this actual La Bendita crater, because coming up over the hill, you're going to be spotted out almost immediately by our teams inside. Yeah,
they're coming down. They're actually pushing in towards the two solos. This is Larson and Monkey, well, shenanigans where they just sit. Larson, he wants to move out too. Monkey can hear him running around. But if Larson makes this run right now, he's probably going to get gunned down. MVP is looking for it. Optic coming in behind, and he's going to make the building. He gets inside. Larson is now inside the zone for WTSG.
Yeah, Valley 8 heard him or saw him go into that building, took a few shots, but this drew the attention from every other team in this building. Valley 8 just trying to do whatever he can here. He's got the scar, but Monkey does not want to give up anything right now. Every team that goes out is going to be Vitality racking up more and more points to try to jump back ahead of Intis.
This would be a pretty cool grenade if he actually nails it. And, he nailed it. Nice. Inside. Larson, however, just far enough away inside their own cover. Everyone just grab a house, hold on. For dear life, Hetra will be finally brought down. Hypox still hasn't made his way in. The blue zone is starting to restrict as, well, Alfaka finds the right position. MVP. They've got great eyes everywhere. And they're making it difficult for Optic to get down that hill. Not to mention FaZe are finally taking care of Cloud9. I said they're in a rough place, and that's exactly what they are in. Moody, he's trying to crawl. He's on the ground. At least he gets a couple of shots at the back of Jempty. But now battling against the chunking of the blue. Cloud9 out in 9th position. Optic will soon have no other choice but to get out of here, but it looks like Monkey has caused them some problems. The grenade from Hypoc does not get inside the room that Monkey is in. Is he going to leave him? Is he going to try and go for the res?
It's going to be a tough res for him to try to pull off right here. Hypoc just trying to watch around this wall, trying not to get spotted out by the members inhabiting inside of this Labadita crater, but Monkey knows that he's got to move.
He's looking for the shot. Can't get it, however, but it won't matter. MVP. Chalk up another 2, both Hypoc as well as Vlaut. They all go out. And the circle, we go center once again. It's in favor of Liquid as well as Genji, but more importantly, FaZe have this ridge line that's still inside the circle. MVP know they got to push fast. And they're coming in.
The tough part for FaZe is they're ultimately more likely than not, going to have to rotate off this position inside of Labandita if the circle continues to go north. But for the time being, they do have incredible advantage to get this information inside of the town. But you got to remember, in first person, when you are trying to get the drop on someone, you're also revealing something in return. And when you're on those hillsides, on those cliffs, you're going to be silhouetting against the sky.
And that is true, but everyone else, we worry about all the footsteps that are around them. Scoom and Samty not really standing on top of each other. MVP trying to stay together as close as they can. Same for Genji. But Genji are the ones who are 4 strong. One of the only teams actually left at that full strength. And they're fairly well separated. Actually got Wicked just a little bit off to the side of the compound. That will remain, at least the wall part of it will remain in. Yeah, but Knights have to push in. FaZe keeping the suppressive fire down. Like you have to jump into that building. Yeah. Sorry, we haven't installed the stairs yet.
No stairs in this game now. But I mean, all these teams just sort of in a standstill. No one wants to try to move too much inside of this area because these close quarter battle engagements in PUBG are so unpredictable. Someone can get the drop on you, and all it takes is a nice little spray into your chest to knock you down and out.
Look at FaZe. They're just burning through the building. Thought Wicker was actually safe in that compound. They just blow up the door and knock him out. So Genji, there's no way they can really come and try and save him. But Larson's also forced to move. This circle is coming in. Liquid, oh, that grenade. It's empty. Barely surviving through it. As Wick will actually be knocked out by Fuzzface. And there goes Larson, finally being removed. And this is a shooting gallery for FaZe.
Yeah, FaZe being very aggressive, actually, in these peaks. They are not worried at all because so many teams down inside of the crater are going to be dealing with themselves. Right on top of Knights, going to be finding the knock onto Krema. You called it originally. A beautiful nade coming out from FaZe.
Yeah, that was actually Liquid. Samty was able to get that knock onto him. FaZe is throwing it wildly towards the Knights. But Liquid have been trying to nade out Knights for a long time. That one's going to be a little bit better, too, bouncing over the roof. Can't get Voxic down, however, and that's kind of the problem. Smoke on the way out as welcome to Phase 9. We will go to the center of the circle. It will be a very big cluster as MVP push into Genji. They have Knights on the side as a problem, and Liquid, who are actually the closest to the middle part of that circle. The FaZe will be forced to expose themselves pretty heavily. That's why they're smoking. That's why they're grenading. They want to be able to come down right now. The grenades are flying forward. Genji's already managed to get 2 of the knocks onto MVP. So there goes that northern push out from MVP. Eliminated in 4th position. But Genji, the cost was high. Simpson's the last player left standing as Liquid. FaZe, they've come down the hillside. They've lost Fuzzface. Scoom and Samty. They can look up the hill towards Mixie and Jempty.
Amongst all of that commotion, I mean, Fuzzface really took the opportunity to crash down inside of this compound. Unfortunately, it was spotted out immediately by FaZe, so now the other, or by Liquid rather, so now the other 2 members of FaZe creeping down slowly. Here is Jempty. He's got eyes on his twin brother Samty right now, just holding out, trying to see if he has the proper opportunity. The spray going to be coming out, and Jempty knocking his twin brother with the AKM.
Look for Scoom just over the edge of the ridge. Oh, no, Simpson getting involved. Genji getting in on it. And now it's Mixie up on the hillside. Simpson doesn't want to let Mixie be able to survive. He's right on the edge of the blue, protected by the wall, but it's Mixie who actually wins the firefight. Now it's Mixie and Scoom, the last one's left to do it, and it is Mixie who comes out on top. No, I take it back. It's Liquid who come out on top, and Scoom is the one to get the last kill. 3 in total, and that was a tight end circle. Run down a hill, ruins everywhere. That was a great round for FaZe, though. Fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
They ended up actually taking 12 kills and the 2nd position.
Yeah, and they lost Gustav QQ very early on in that game, so able to push on with the 3 original members of FaZe and with a dominant 2nd place finish here in game number 4. One more game of the evening as we push on, but I mean, certainly FaZe has to be riding high after that finish. But the real story, Liquid Scoom able to finish off that game with the kill. Mixie trying to come off of that hill, got the great shots on the Gen G, just wasn't able to repeat it on the Scoom.
And I actually cannot believe that FaZe are repairing their loss. They were so far behind. They started this round sitting at 1164 with these kills and the 2nd position. They're actually going to push up so hard, they're probably going to be in that top 5